when you look at people that are overweight, when you look at people that are fat, quote unquote, that's an example of lack of self control, which means that
Mm-hmm.
you are mentally weak. You don't have control over your actions, you don't have control over your emotions. And we know this because a lot of people that are overweight, they tend to emotionally eat. So
Yep.
they eat when they're sad, they eat
Yep.
when they're having a bad day,
Yep.
they eat when they're stressed out. When you have your emotions in control, when you have your mind in control, it's very hard to let yourself go. When you
And he's right. He's right. You got to train the mind, guys. You have to train the mind. You have to be mentally strong if you really want to succeed in the weight loss journey. You have to figure out what's going on in your minds. Like, why are you eating this much? Why are you stress eating? Why are you waking up at midnight and start eating anything that's in the fridge? You could do the workout, you could try to do the diet, but guess what? You're still gonna have that thing in the back of your head wanting to eat. The stress is gonna hit you, and guess what? You're gonna go straight to food for comfort. So you have to train the mind. You have to be mentally strong. You have to start building better habits, the daily habits every day. Just because you mess up today doesn't mean you're going to start Monday. Okay? You're going to go back again tomorrow. There's always tomorrow.
Fat boys, bigger men, overweight men, whatever you might call them, they pay the highest price in the dating pool. In today's market, overweight men pay the highest price.
Yep.
No one wants to admit it. Let's be honest. Society isn't kind on bigger men.
No.
Women are flooded with body positivity, and they're
Definitely.
allowed to be big,
Yeah.
but not a man.
Nope.
But it's rarely extended to men. If you're overweight, you're automatically seen less attractive,
Definitely.
less disciplined, even less masculine.
Oh, yeah.
You're expected to outperform in every category: money, personality, effort, just to get the basic intention.
Mm-hmm.
And worse, if you do win, they always going to say the woman settled for you. It's the brutal truth.
He's right.
Look what our beloved Rod Wade goes through. A couple weeks ago, they said that young lady who he was talking to, that she didn't really like him. She was there for the money. Same thing with Biggie. You know what I mean? Same thing with a lot of guys who are overweight. So it's a true thing. But here's the thing. Let's not let the world estimate you, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to accept it. Upgrade your health for you, not for anybody else. Because once you level up physically, the respect gets different.
Yeah.
And follow if you want to rewrite the rules to your own terms. And understand this: nobody can define who you are as a person. A big boy, got a pudgy belly, however you want to take it. Let's get motivated. Let's go out there and start walking.
And he's right. When you're overweight, you're not going to get the girls, guys. Okay? The girls are going to settle, but you're not the first. It's a sad truth, man, because when I was overweight, I had no girls. People thought I was butt ugly. And yeah, of course. They had every right to think that way because I wasn't, giving myself enough self-respect to do something about it. So they had every right to, not pick me. So, no, you're right, man. Once you start leveling up and once you start losing the weight, once you start feeling better, you feel confident, there's this aura that you get. And girls see that. Girls see the confidence. Girls see the broad shoulders. Girls see that you're a lot slimmer. Girls will go after you. And then you can choose.
All right, y'all. Being overweight comes with its perks. Psych. There's no fucking perks to being overweight. It's hard to wake up. You get tired too quick to do absolutely anything. It's hard to get into the car without feeling weird because you gotta adjust your pants or your shirt. And you have to always wear a goddamn hoodie everywhere,
Yeah.
even though it's 90 degrees outside. Like it's going to cover what you are. Like, Damn, it's hard. But that's why we're on the way to the gym, because we tired of this.
Hell yeah,
But
man.
listen, over the last week, I lost like around 2 and change pounds. It's not a lot, but I feel a lot stronger, right? My stamina is a little bit better. I still am tired as fuck after a 1 mile run, walk, slash whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
So progress, I guess it's a milestone, right? You get a little bit less tired while jogging a little bit. You can go a little bit longer without stopping, having to walk. So I guess it's a win for me. All right, y'all.
Hell yeah, man. Props to you, but don't freaking, just because you've lost 2 pounds and you think that's not enough, it don't matter, man. You're making it. You're making it happen. Okay? Little by little, you're improving. Those 2 pounds, you improved. You woke up this morning less tired. You woke up this morning saying, man, I actually feel better today. And that's the best part. Little by little, you start seeing progress. And that's what a lot of people don't see in the beginning stage, right? When you start this whole weight loss journey, people want to see the the results right now, you know, the quick, satisfaction or gratification, you rather. So, no, you just got to keep it up, man. Yeah, there's no perks in being overweight, guys. Just a lot of health issues. When I was over at my heaviest, 315 pounds, I had high blood pressure and I was on the verge of having diabetes. The blood pressure, there was one time when my blood pressure was over 220. That's stroke, guys. I could have died, and that gave me the wake up call. That and my best friend calling me fat gave me a wake up call to start losing weight. And I thank him for that. And I thank that wake up call. Well, I think that I had that high blood pressure to freaking snap that thing out of me and be like, look, I got to do something about it. So no, you're doing great, buddy. You keep it up, bro. And for all the people out there that are struggling, keep it up, man. It's not easy, but the reward is worth it. The reward of just being healthy is worth it.
I'm going to stop you right there. I have absolutely no interest in talking about my weight or discussing weight loss today in this
Here we go.
presentation. I came here to talk about my shortness of breath. I would like you to take a thorough history, examine me, and help me figure out what's causing my shortness of breath rather than just blaming it on my weight and ignoring any of the underlying symptoms. So,
As Dr. C, I'm cardiologist here, so I fully realize that I'm probably
What's up,
walking
buddy?
into a minefield talking about this topic on social media, but it is an important topic and it is a big part of my own practice. So let's talk about it. Now, because this is social media and I know how this works, I'm going to ask y'all to please listen to every word that I am saying very carefully and make sure you watch the whole video before you comment.
First of all, you have every right to, talk about this whole issue with people being overweight. All right. Don't be walking on eggshells just because social media is going to be out here trying to freaking burn your house down. No, you have every right to tell us what's up. You're the doctor. We're going to listen to you. And you look healthy too. You don't look like these fat doctors that we have nowadays. So, yeah, let's hear it.
Well, everybody who goes to the doctor deserves to be treated with respect,
Yeah.
have their symptoms taken seriously, and get all of the appropriate workup and treatment that they need. Now, it is an undeniable medical fact that excess weight, and I'm not going to define that here, is associated with an increased risk of a lot of health problems, including heart problems. You may
Yeah.
not like that I'm saying that, but it doesn't make it false. It is still true. Obviously, somebody's weight should not be the first and only thing that is blamed for their symptoms, right? Everybody deserves a workup. And when I get patients referred to me as a cardiologist for evaluation of shortness of breath or whatever other symptoms, I'm going to make sure that I do my job as a doctor, get a proper history, and give them a proper workup and do all of the required tests to make sure that they don't have a number of actual cardiac conditions that could be causing their symptoms. This is
Okay.
also true. Carrying excess weight can also make you short of breath. Let's talk about how I approach this in my own practice. I always ask all of my patients if their weight is something they are willing to discuss or if it's something they want to talk about. If they tell me that they don't want to talk about their weight, that's totally fine too. It is your choice.
Damn.
But the reality is that
It's sad that we're so weak, guys. Like, we get our feelings hurt. Oh no, I'm fat. Please don't talk about my fatness. No, we have to talk about how fat you are. It's killing you. Okay? When I was overweight, I had high blood pressure that was about to kill me. You know, I wish I had a doctor who would have told me this. You know, just slap that crap in front of my face and be like, look, you're fat. Do something about it.
It does limit what I can offer you in terms of advice or treatment. I have done all of the cardiac workup and all the testing, and I think that your weight may be contributing to your symptoms. We can talk about ways to address that. But if you don't want to talk about it at all, then we don't have to. At that point, I say that I don't have anything else to offer really, and they should seek a second opinion if they like. Because at the end of the day, my job is to make a professional evaluation and assessment and make recommendations, and then you can decide what you want or don't want to do as a patient. And I think that this can be done in a respectful way, respecting the patient's wishes and feelings without feeling like I haven't done my job.
Look, I understand, you know, you're being respectful, but at the same time is that it's really sad how weak we've become. You know, people don't want to get their feelings hurt. You know, my best friend told me how fat I was. Did I got my feelings hurt? No. It made me realize that, yeah, he was right. I need to do something about it. And because of that, now I'm in the best shape of my life. You know, and I don't like that a bunch of these doctors have to walk on eggshells. Just because you're over here telling them, hey, you need to do something about your weight, now they're going to get sued. And this is a sad truth that's happening. You know, it's really sad. But it's the world we're living in, guys. Anyway, if you guys like this video, please give it a like, subscribe. And if you guys are struggling with weight, please hit me up. Check the links down below. I can get you the help you need. All right. Until next time, everyone. Peace.